Welcome to London Property Digest, your essential 10-minute audio recap for staying informed on London's property market. It looks like 2025 is shaping up to be, well, a really interesting year.
Yeah, it really does. After a period of, some uncertainty, London's prime property market it's showing signs of renewed energy. And one of the most fascinating trends is a shift in what buyers are looking for.
Oh, okay. Interesting. What kind of shift are we talking about here?
Well, turnkey properties, the ones that are ready to move into immediately, those have always been popular, especially, I think, for international buyers who might not be living in London full time. But now we're seeing a growing interest in refurbishment projects.
So instead of that instant gratification, some buyers are willing to kind of roll up their sleeves and put in some work.
Yeah, exactly.
Why the change?
It seems that stabilizing construction costs and the increased availability of resources, it's making renovations less daunting. People are realizing they can create a truly bespoke home that reflects their individual style, even if it means a bit of a wait. Right.
There's also the option of using these, what are they called? Branded contractors. I think that's the term they use these days.
Oh, yeah.
The ones who handle the entire project from start to finish. It might mean a longer wait, perhaps even 2 years, but the end result is a truly unique and personalized living space.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So we've got turnkey versus bespoke. But what about the types of properties people are after? Are there any trends there?
Space is a huge factor, particularly what estate agents call lateral space. Think, sprawling single-floor layouts. 4-bedroom properties are especially popular. Even for those who don't live in London year-round, they offer that flexibility to accommodate family and guests comfortably.
So even if it's a pied-à-terre, people still want that spaciousness. Now, the sources mentioned something intriguing about multi-generational living. What's that all about? Yeah, this is where it gets really interesting. We're seeing a rise in families purchasing multiple apartments within the same building. Imagine this. Parents who are perhaps downsizing occupy one apartment while their children and their families live in another, all under one roof.
That's a fascinating concept. It's like having a built-in support system right there in the building. And I imagine there could be financial advantages too, maybe a discount for buying multiple units.
Precisely. It's a win-win situation. Shared resources, a sense of community, and potential financial benefits. There's even an example mentioned in the source material of 2 apartments in Knightsbridge's Cadogan Square being marketed together specifically for this type of arrangement.
That's clever marketing. Now let's talk investment strategies. What are the experts advising in this dynamic market?
The overarching theme is long-term thinking. They're emphasizing high-quality properties in prime locations and recommending a minimum 10-year investment timeframe.
10 years? That's a significant commitment. What's the reasoning behind such a long-term strategy?
Well, stamp duty, the tax you pay when buying a property, is quite substantial in London. Buying and selling frequently just isn't financially viable. It's much more advantageous to make a strategic purchase and hold on to it.
So buy smart and hold on tight.
Got it.
But what about the features? What are buyers looking for inside these properties?
Flexibility is key. They're thinking ahead to evolving family needs and seeking spaces that can adapt. Imagine rooms that can transform from play areas to teenage dens to home offices. It's all about future-proofing their investment and minimizing the need to move.
It sounds like buyers are becoming more strategic and discerning in their choices, almost like they're anticipating the future.
Absolutely. They're not just purchasing a property, they're investing in a lifestyle that can adapt and grow with them.
Speaking of locations, are there any up-and-coming areas we should be keeping an eye on? Any hidden gems emerging in the London property landscape?
Definitely Bayswater is it's experiencing a resurgence, I guess you could say, transforming into a bit of a luxury hotspot. Developments like the Whiteley and Park Modern, have played a big part in elevating the area's status. Plus, the addition of new Hyde Park gates has further increased its appeal.
So Bayswater's enjoying a bit of a renaissance. What other neighborhoods are making waves?
Well, Fitzrovia is emerging as a kind of a serious contender in prime central London. It's historically been overshadowed by its more famous neighbors, Mayfair and Soho, but high-end projects like Fitzroy Place and 101 on Cleveland are putting it firmly on the map for luxury living.
It's like the underdog finally having its moment in the spotlight. Any other areas undergoing a transformation?
South Belgravia is shaking off its old image and stepping into the luxury arena. For a while, it it lacked the prestige of its northern counterpart, but that's changing rapidly. The area around Ebury Street is witnessing a wave of development, and Pimlico Green's Farmers Market at Chelsea Barracks is adding a touch of upscale charm, I guess you could say.
So South Belgravia is blending heritage with modern luxury. Now, the sources also highlighted the influence of schools on property values. Can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. Streets near top-rated schools, both private and state, are in high demand. They're even calling them hot potato streets because properties sell so quickly.
Hot potato streets, I like that.
For example, prime Knightsbridge squares like Lowndes, Montpellier, and Kettigan are always popular with families seeking access to excellent schools. And in Notting Hill, houses backing onto private gardens are highly sought after, offering that extra layer of exclusivity and privacy.
So it's not just about the school itself, it's about the whole lifestyle that comes with living in those coveted areas.
Exactly. And the opening of new prestigious schools is also having a ripple effect. The new Thomas's College in Richmond, for instance, is generating a lot of buzz. It's part of a chain of well-regarded prep schools, and families are eager to secure a place for their children. This has made streets like Montague Park and Mount Ararat Road extremely desirable.
It's like a magnet drawing families to those areas. Now, what about state schools? Are they having a similar impact?
Absolutely. Top-performing state schools, especially those with shrinking catchment areas, are driving demand in certain neighborhoods. Take Barnes Primary School in Little Chelsea, for example. It's rated outstanding by Ofsted, and the competition for homes within its catchment is fierce, pushing prices up significantly.
It seems like whether it's a prestigious private school or a top-performing state school, proximity is a major factor influencing property values in London.
It really is. It's a key consideration for families and a driving force shaping the dynamics of the market.
We've talked about shifting buyer preferences and the influence of schools. Now let's turn our attention to some of those exciting regeneration projects happening across London.
Yeah, London is constantly evolving, and these large-scale projects are, they're really breathing new life into different parts of the city. One standout example is Brent Crosstown. It's an ambitious undertaking, spanning 180 acres and encompassing 6,700 new homes.
Wow, that's massive. What's the vision behind this development?
Well, sustainability is really at the heart of Brent Crosstown. They're creating a truly integrated community with a mix of residential, commercial, and green spaces. They're also prioritizing, eco-friendly design and construction methods.
So it's not just about quantity, it's about quality and creating a sustainable future. What does that look like in practice?
Right. Well, they're really focused on creating an integrated community with a mix of, as I said, residential, commercial, and green spaces. They're prioritizing eco-friendly design and construction methods, aiming to minimize the environmental impact. And they're promoting sustainable transportation options, encouraging walking, cycling, and public transport.
It sounds like a truly forward-thinking approach. What kind of properties are they offering at Brent Crosstown?
There's a range of options, with apartments currently being marketed from £450,000. And the exciting news is that the first residents are about to move in, which marks a major milestone for this transformative project.
So Brent Crosstown is setting a new standard for sustainable urban development. Are there any other regeneration projects worth highlighting?
Definitely. Chelsea Waterfront is another notable one. It's centered around the iconic Lots Road Power Station, which has been beautifully reimagined as the Powerhouse, a collection of luxury apartments.
Oh, yeah, I've seen pictures of the Powerhouse. And it's truly stunning. It's amazing how they've preserved the historical character of the building while creating these, modern living spaces. What's it like inside?
It's quite spectacular. The Powerhouse boasts some impressive features, including a 100-meter-high atrium that floods the space with natural light. Apartments are available from 1.7 million. And they offer residents access to a range of, exclusive amenities.
It sounds like a dream home for those seeking a blend of history, luxury, and, modern living. Now, shifting gears a bit, the sources mentioned something called branded residences. Can you explain what those are all about?
Yeah, branded residences are essentially a collaboration between a residential development and a luxury brand. The goal is to create a unique lifestyle experience that goes beyond the typical apartment offering.
So it's like taking the essence of a luxury brand and translating it into a living space.
Precisely. A great example is the Edit in Battersea Power Station. They've partnered with VZUG, a high-end Swiss appliance manufacturer, to create kitchens that are both stylish and technologically advanced.
I can see the appeal of that. It's like having a showroom-worthy kitchen in your own home, but is it all about the appliances?
Not at all. The edit also places a strong emphasis on wellness, offering residents access to an ice bath, a sauna, and a Peloton gym. It's all about creating a holistic lifestyle experience.
It sounds like they've really thought of everything to cater to the modern, discerning resident. Are there any other branded residences that stand out?
One Carrington in Mayfair is another excellent example. What sets it apart is that residents receive complimentary membership to the Carrington, a luxurious business and wellness club spanning 20,000 square feet. It includes a state-of-the-art gym, a swimming pool, spa treatments, and a whole host of exclusive amenities.
Wow, it's like having a five-star hotel right on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about something that adds a different dimension to the London property market. Homes with, historical connections.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? Owning a property with a story to tell, a link to the past, is becoming increasingly desirable.
Yeah, it's like owning a piece of history. Can you give us some examples of properties with notable past residents that are currently on the market?
Absolutely. No. 22 Chain Row. A Grade 2 listed home in Chelsea with a long and illustrious history is on the market for £6.95 million. And for those with a passion for politics, Margaret Thatcher's former residence on Great College Street, overlooking Westminster Abbey, is available for £3.65 million.
Imagine the dinner parties you could host in a home like that, surrounded by history. It's incredible to think about the lives that have unfolded within those walls.
It really is. And it's not just about grand residences. Even a converted chapel in Mill Hill, used in the filming of Call the Midwife, is attracting attention. It's a stunning four-bedroom home with 45-foot ceilings, available for rent at £39,000 per week.
Okay, that one might be a bit beyond my budget. But it's a fascinating example of how even seemingly ordinary properties can have extraordinary stories to tell.
It just goes to show that the London property market is full of surprises. There's something for everyone, from modern apartments in regenerated areas to homes steeped in history.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the London property market. We've covered a lot of ground, from emerging trends to investment strategies to unique properties.
And hopefully we've provided some valuable insights into this dynamic and an ever-evolving market.
Absolutely. If you're looking to stay ahead of the curve and learn more about London's fascinating property scene, be sure to subscribe to London Property Digest for the latest updates. Until next time, happy house hunting.